Hello.
Hello friends. So we're out for a walk. We were attempting to find some cows and calves, but they didn't have any in the place where they normally have calves. There was just this giant lake. So no cows today, but we're going to still go for a little walk in the countryside. And while we are out and about, we thought we would finally film our... It was supposed to be like a quarterly horror movie review thing. Now we're kind of like further into the year, so it's just kind of like movies that new movies that we've seen, so far this year, kind of like ones that have been released in the UK.
Releases, yes, UK releases of horror.
Because some of them have been released. They were released last year, like 2022, but because, you know, the UK, apparently we don't like to watch movies when they kind of come out like America does, so we get them much later in some cases. So yes, let's go for a walk. Shall I show you? Hang on, let me turn the camera around. Look at this, isn't this lovely? I want to go and paddle in there. Is that a little duck? Hey, little ducky. It's a beautiful day, a bit chilly, a bit nipply.
Censored.
There's cows in the distance there. Look at them. So I did end up seeing some cows in the end. Are there any babies? Also, I apologise for the wind. So it wasn't this windy earlier, but if it gets really bad, we'll do it in the car if we need to. But oh, it's died down for the minute. Oh, and also spoilers. Are there going to be spoilers in this video? I think so, because I'm probably going to talk about
spoilers, because people think any plot points are spoilers these days.
Oh, I love cows. I've been obsessed with cows. We are in a beautiful old church at the minute, which I'm planning on doing a video for my other channel. If you don't know, I have another channel which is kind of true crime, history, things like that. I'll link it below. So yeah, we're just taking shelter from the wind and the chill, and we'll continue on in here for a bit. So the first movie we're going to talk about is The Munsters, and that's obviously Rob Zombie's version of The Munsters.
Starring Jeff Daniel Phillips as Herman Munster, Sherry Moon Zombie as Lily Munster, Daniel Roebuck as the Count, not Grandpa. He's not Grandpa yet.
No.
There's no Eddie Munster in this one, and Richard Brake as everything else.
Yeah, it's a very cool cast. So yes, there was a lot of what's the word, like
Flack?
Yeah, when it was first announced, people were very against the idea, and it was like, oh, Rob Zombie, you know, remaking the Munsters.
It'll be gore and horrible and yuck.
But he loves it, doesn't he? Like, he's a
He
huge
does love
fan.
He loves it. He owned the Dragula car. It's in his video, Dragula.
So, you know, he was going to try and keep it as kind of faithful to the original as possible. And you know what? I really liked it.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yes, because it starts off really good. And special mention to Richard Brake, the characters that he plays. So good, so funny.
He's a very funky vampire.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him at first. Took me a while to kind of recognise him. And who else does he play?
He plays the professor, the doctor that creates
that's it.
Herman.
Yeah.
And probably somebody else.
Yeah, probably.
Because Sherry plays at least 2 parts. Jeff Daniel Phillips plays at least 2 parts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so he was really good. The plot, like you said...
It's a strange one.
Yeah, they could, to be honest, they could have shaved off about, 20 minutes, I reckon, and it would have been like spot on, I think.
Yeah, it kind of ends weirdly.
Yeah.
Sort of like, and that's it. Oh, weird. Okay, all right, fair enough. Maybe if it had been a series, it might work better. But it's good. It's garish. I like the sort of garish colour
Yeah,
scheme.
I like that.
It's like a Rob Zombie music video, but a
Yeah.
more sedate version. Jeff is very good as Herman. He's a good Herman.
Yes,
And
he is.
despite what everyone said and thought before it came out, Sherry is a very good Lily. She does do a good Lily.
I am actually very impressed. I thought she was brilliant in it. I was pleasantly surprised at how good she was.
Yeah, I think it's definitely good fun. What was that? It was a voice.
I think that was my belly.
Stomach is talking. It's not haunted. It's good fun. It's not the best film in the world. There are quite a lot of problems making it, apparently, but it is good fun. It's definitely worth checking out. It's not the best film in the world, but, you know, considering everyone thought that Rob would make a complete hash of it, I think it's pretty good fun. It's good fun. There were some good laughs, mainly from Richard Brake, being an absolute maniac. And Jeff, as I said, is very good. And Sherry's good fun.
I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't use more of Mockingbird Lane and the house, considering they spent God knows how long building it and making it, and it's amazing. It's such an amazing set, and they didn't use it as much as I thought they would. So that was a little bit disappointing, but still, it was it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that one was a thumbs up from me.
Like that.
We're having a sit down now. I look really huge next to mine. And if I lean back, I look like, what are those things that like those have tiny little heads and the big bodies? The pointy headed ones. Do you know what I mean?
No. Anyway, the next film.
So yes, next film we're going to talk about is Megan. I'm doing that because she dances and she sings and she does it all. I really, really, really enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of fun, and I really liked the character of Megan.
I didn't like the character of Megan because it was a little AI robot git.
Well, to be honest, right, she started out really nice. Like, I really liked her at the start. She came across really sweet and kind of fun and a good companion to this lonely child. But then she did turn into a maniac. She kind of just became more obsessed with her, didn't she?
Jealous, obsessed
And like,
little AI.
yeah. But she was cool. I liked her. I love the bit in the, again, I'm just going to regularly say and remind you that there are spoilers. I love the bit in the wood with the ears stretching. See, ears aren't that stretchy.
No, when she pulls them.
Look. I wonder how stretchy ears would get if you really like
Don't try it.
properly like pulled them. Could you stretch them out? Yeah, don't try that, okay? We don't need to know.
But it is a horror film, and it is fun. It's more fun. It's got some gory moments in it, probably more than I thought they were going to do. But it is quite tense. You know, you've got a little AI looking git that's, ruining people's lives and trying to obsess about this girl.
Yeah.
And it's well made. It looks good. It's fast paced. You don't get bored during it. I didn't.
No.
I thought it was good. It wasn't any points where I thought it could have been speeded up. It was all perfectly pitched. It was like could have been gory. Apparently there is an R-rated version coming out on DVD at some point.
Oh yeah.
But it was a nice, fun, scary movie.
Yes.
It wasn't horrific. It wasn't traumatic. But it's fun.
Although I would say that the
Spoilers.
bit I didn't like, which you can probably guess if you've seen the movie, is the bit with the dog. Yeah. Like you can do anything to humans, but animals, no. So to be honest, I think from that point onwards, I was like, no, I don't like you anymore.
It took a death of a dog. Oh, sorry. Wow, we never were saying about
Yeah.
death of a dog for you to dislike the psychotic robot.
Well, yeah, but she was quite fun, and I love the campiness of her. You know, the singing and the dancing. Jazz hands.
Murdering's fine if you can go.
But I don't know if you have this fear of like AI and just them taking over and, you know, making us their slaves. So yeah, it did make me think about like the future of humanity and our relationship with AI. Because I like the sound of like having robots to help us with certain things, but I don't want advanced robots, and I don't really want like humanoid robots.
They're better than us. Get rid of us.
And I want them to look like Wall-E. You know, like cute but not humans, because that just creeps me out. So yeah, we both enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Yes, it's a good fun film. Is it something that you will watch hundreds of times? Probably not. But it is kind of like, it's a 15, isn't it?
Oh, I
think
can't
it's a
remember.
15.
Is it?
I think it is. It feels like one. It's not
Yeah,
like
true.
the worst, most like, it's not like Hostel. It's
No.
not. It's not one of those terrible films that I can't remember, Martyrs or something like that. It's not The Exorcist. It's not going to leave you like shocked and stunned.
Yeah.
Unless you've only ever seen Disney films, but it's good fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that was a thumbs up as well from us. The next movie is another one that was released in America last year, but we only got it, what, in March this year?
Yes, for like a week.
I know. Oh, that annoys me that they do that. We have a very, very limited release over here. But it is Pearl. The prequel?
It's a prequel.
Prequel to X.
By Ty West, or T West if you mispronounce it. It's the prequel of this woman who is, at this point, it's what is it, like 1917? She's a young woman who lives on a farm with her overbearing mother and a disabled dad. And yeah, it's very nice and like Technicolor.
Yeah,
when it starts.
yeah.
Beautiful Technicolor colours and stuff, like it's like a musical when it starts.
Yeah. Do you know what? When it was that bit, I actually briefly forgot that it's a horror movie, and because we obviously know what Pearl is like from X, we obviously know that she's, you know, deranged, murderer, whatever.
Well, she doesn't start out like that. Mia Goth is like, she's all sweet,
But that's
and like
what I
an
mean.
innocent farm girl who just loves the movies. Oh, the lights of the movies. And then becomes a screaming maniac.
Yeah, but obviously we know from X that she turns into this mad,
haggard old bag.
Yeah, but she starts off really. I briefly forgot when we were watching it that it was a horror movie. They did that so well. I just love the colours, and the score was really good. The score was amazing. Worked really well.
Yeah, it looks really nice. It's got, like, I remember one scene in an alleyway around the back of a cinema that had a very nice pink drain pipe, which you didn't even notice.
I didn't notice.
I did. It looked really good. It's, you know, it's interesting because X is about the porn industry in the 70s, and this has some links to the early adult industry in the noughties and the 20s, and people getting into that, and you know, it's a way out of your humdrum life should you want to take it. But then it takes a weird twist. Again, it's another story of jealousy and screeching maniacs. And there are some good kills. Bit more gory, bit more terrifying. Yeah, this is more of like, oh, this could happen, and I don't want to be around if it does. But yeah, it's definitely a person that just loses grip on everything.
Yeah.
And she does that really well.
Yeah, Mia Goth is brilliant at just playing mad women. Special mention to Charlie the cow, who I was very worried for a while that something was going to happen to him.
He was going to be alligator food, but he wasn't.
It was okay, thankfully. I probably, would I have cried? I might have done, because as you've seen, I love cows. But he was very sweet. I loved him a lot.
One notable scene when our friend Pearl is riding home on a bicycle through the fields after being enchanted by a young man in the town, and she's a little bit excited, and she sort of finds herself in the middle of a cornfield and sees a scarecrow, and well, she has some times with the scarecrow and imagining things. And one of our friends, not going to say who, found this scene to be particularly arousing.
Got a little bit too excited.
Not too excited, but you know, like in a cinema. But and good fun, right?
That was definitely a very interesting scene. I did love the scarecrow though. It was a good creepy scarecrow. I like the design of that. I really liked the relationship between Pearl and her mother. Kind of seeing the struggle, this kind of battle. The mother wants Pearl to stay at home and work on the farm for the rest of her life, I'm presuming. And Pearl wants to be a movie star. She wants to go out there and get her freedom. You do have to wonder though, like, is she just naturally like that? Or is it because of the way she was raised? Is it, you know, her mother's influence that has turned her
She's a product of her crazy mother.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it probably
Norman Bates.
is.
It's a bit of a Norman Bates thing.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Because she does have people, there's a moment where she's like in Psycho, she has people coming into her life, and as long as things don't get, you know, upset, she's fine.
Yeah.
But if they kind of want to leave, or they disturb the norm that she thinks she should live, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. That one?
I thought it was really good fun.
Thumbs up from me.
Looked great, sounded great, score was good.
Yeah. I think that's probably my favourites of the ones we're going to review today, I think.
Probably the favourite horror cinema released, the first quarter of the year.
Yeah. Back out in the wind again. Hopefully you can hear me. Such a beautiful old church though. So much history to this place. But I'm definitely going to be doing a video on this church and the lost village. Oh, look at them. They're all walking down there now. Hi sweet babies. Sweetie pies.
We're just going to interrupt you by some guys. I'm like, this is a footpath. Oh, yeah, right, we're jogging, yeah.
Anyway.
I'm going to do one video in front of the coos. If you can see them, it's very bright.
You can hear them because they are mooing.
Oh, lovely moo cows. Yeah, so the next movie we're going to talk about is Scream 6. It is 6, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously a sequel to last year's Scream 5. So, Scream 6, well, there was a lot of hype around this movie. It was continuing on from our new kind of crew that we've got in Scream now, the new Scream alumni. What can I say? Well, you see, right, I did really enjoy it. I did love how brutal it was, this one. It was quite gory. It was brutal. I thought Ghostface was pretty...
Yes, it's brutal.
Yeah.
But apparently with no consequences.
Well, this was the other thing. This was the thing I was going to mention as well. But, I mean, so yeah, I liked how brutal Ghostface was. I liked, I did like the kind of, I did like the kill scenes. I thought that was good. But, yeah, there was this whole, like, spiel about rules and anything can happen and anyone can die and, you know, you gotta, don't take anything for granted sort of thing. And then, like you said, like, well...
Stab. Half an hour later, oh, let's go and help somebody else.
Yeah, so it's like, well, if nothing can happen to them...
One major character, well, one of them, not major character, but like the character of a girlfriend died,
yeah, but none, you know, the core four, as
No.
they're now known. And if nothing happens to them, and I felt like there was no sense of risk. I kind of knew that they weren't, like, they could be stabbed 10 million times and they wouldn't die. you know, like, oh, I've got a bit of a sore arm or whatever. I felt no sense of risk, because it was like, oh, well, I kind of knew they were going to make it out for some reason. I kind of had a feeling that none of them were going to, again, spoilers, but...
Because all the other ones that were in the previous ones, like Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell, who wasn't in it, they're kind of moving on.
Yeah.
Although there are there's a couple of people from previous films, right?
Yeah, Courtney's in it.
Courtney's in it, and also Hayden.
Oh yes,
Panties on her head.
Kirby. Yeah, she was very good. I really enjoyed seeing her again.
You didn't trust her though, did you?
No, I did think. Again, not, you know. Oh,
Spoilers.
that's spoiled it already.
They know. Sorry.
Yeah, I did enjoy Courtney Cox's fight scene. Oh, do you know what? I wish they hadn't put her in the trailer. I wish that she'd been like a complete surprise. I mean, we kind of knew she was going to be in it, but like, we kind of saw what was going to happen in the trailer. Like, we saw the fight scene in the trailer, and that would have been cool to have left that as a complete surprise. But no, I like that bit. The bit with the ladder, I've got to say, that was good. I you know, it was quite suspenseful.
If you haven't seen the film Judgment Night, if you have
I seen Judgment Night?
Yes.
All right.
She never remembers.
No, see, this is the thing. I watch movies and I forget the plot instantly, which is good because I can rewatch movies loads of times and it's like it's brand new to me. But then it's not good when you're trying to do reviews because I'm like, what happened? But yeah, I like that bit. I thought it was good.
It's all right. If you can crawl across a ladder with your guts hanging out.
Yeah. It's a shame it wasn't more like splattery. If you know what I mean.
It was fun. It's fun.
It was fun. Oh, I did like the opening scene though. I thought it was really good. With Samara Weaving. I thought she was really cool. Where she's waiting for a date.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
he calls her
that
and then she goes, yeah, I thought it was really cool.
That bit's quite good.
That was good.
It was quite good. I thought it was going to go a different way with it. I thought it was going to be like an army of people in scream masks, the Ghostface thing. I thought it was going to be a whole new twist. And from the trailer, the shots of looking across and seeing Ghostface on a subway car, and I thought, Ghostface is everywhere. It's not just one or two people, it's hundreds, and they're all psychotic. Because I'm not going to go too much into the plot, but there's kind of other people who are involved initially, and I thought that was it. It was going to be like a cult of Ghostface, which they should do.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
But they didn't.
One little calves. This one having a little wee. Oh, he's having a poop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can't see it, but there's the cow having a poop. Okay, let's carry on with our Scream review. The sunlight shining on you. I was a bit disappointed with the reveal of the killers. I gotta say, I don't know who I thought it should be, but I was a bit like,
I think you play that whole game of, once you know the whole formula of Scream, you do play the game of who's the killer.
Yeah.
And you stand there, or sit there in the cinema going, it's him, or you go, no, it's her, because she was not there.
Yeah.
Did it. And then you're usually wrong.
Yeah, so it was a bit like, I was a bit like, when it was revealed who it was. And I don't think I was the only one. But, you know, overall, it was very enjoyable. I think the thing is, I love the original Scream and Scream 2. They were obviously mirroring Scream 2 with, you know, kind of the whole plot and some of the things happening in there. And I love them so much, I feel like nothing will ever compare to them. But, you know, I did enjoy it. And obviously lots of people did because it was like one of the top movies in whenever it came out. But
I liked the previous one better. I thought 5 was much better.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, much preferred it.
I did enjoy 5. I really like 5. And I like this one.
Dewey. I didn't even like that character before 5. And then he was like, no, I'm going to be a badass, but also an idiot. Like, if you've learned anything, double tap.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the head. Any horror film, if you have a chance to shoot somebody in the head, shoot him in the head. Just makes sense. But that was a good film. I thought this one wasn't as good.
Oh, okay, interesting.
That's my feeling.
Interesting. So yeah, it's a thumbs up, but also like in middle. Like like I enjoyed it a lot.
You liked it on the day.
I did. Thinking about it again, But I did, the thing is, I did really enjoy it and it was a lot of fun, but there's a lot of things I didn't like about it. Hence the kind of like, yeah. So, heading back to the car now. Gonna go and have a cup of tea. I really want a cup of tea and some biscuits.
Have you got tea in the car?
No.
Oh.
But, you know, ooh. It's that time of year, you know when you get like swarms of flies and you walk into them and they're all like, oh, in your face. It's getting, now that it's getting warmer.
So what are we going to talk about next? Infinity pool?
Oh, infinity pool. Yes. So, that was another one that came out in America last year, but we only just got it here a few weeks ago.
Brandon Cronenberg.
Yes.
Straying far from his father's type of films by making something that makes complete sense and has a very linear plot.
Yes. Oh yes, a very, very different type of filmmaker and director to his father. Not. But I love David Cronenberg, so I'm very pleased that he's continuing in his father's footsteps.
Of making miserable films.
Yeah, but you know, I like a miserable film sometimes. So, Infinity Pool, yes, it's got Mia Goth in it again.
Playing another mad person.
And it's got Alexander Skarsgård in it. And it's, I don't know if I can describe the
Is it allegorical? Is it, I mean, lots of people are going to come up with lots of theories about what the plot is.
Yeah.
Which tourists in a foreign land, did we ever find out what the country is?
No, I don't think so.
But they, you know, they seem to be able to buy their way out of whatever kind of mischief or terrible things they get up to.
There were times when I didn't really know what was going on.
All the time.
But I loved it. It was just mad. It made no sense sometimes. And there's a scene with Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård that was just I won't say what it is, but oh my gosh, it was totally, it was quite shocking in the sense that you don't see that sort of thing in a movie.
Oh yeah.
That bit, yeah.
Because I was thinking, what does she mean? Let's turn around and look at the bridge for a minute.
Oh, yes.
So let the river flow behind us. Yes, you're in England, so let's make the most of it. Yes, it's near the start. It's one of the least bizarre bits in the film.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's quite normal in the sense that.
Well, I mean, he goes for a wee. Is that the bit you mean? And something happens.
Yeah.
She comes up and says hello.
Yeah.
Not to say any more than that.
No, it was. But there were many moments like that during the movie. I loved it. It was so weird, and like I said, sometimes I really didn't know what was happening.
Very surreal moments. Very odd, surreal, super odd, trippy. There's drug things. There's kind of, and it's very trippy.
I do love kind of like the kind of dreamy, trippy, surreal sequences. I saw them and I thought, oh, we need to make music videos like that.
Yes, I would like to have their budget.
Oh, so good. The music was really good. Very strange, but fitted perfectly with the movie. We're looking at the other side of the river, the bridge now. The whole like body double clone thing, that was very, I love that concept.
Well, the idea
Yeah.
is that after you have committed some terrible crime, if you have the right amount of money, this particular institution in this country can clone you.
Yeah.
Because their idea is that their justice system is that if you've killed someone or done some terrible wrong, the family of the person that you've killed or harmed can then kill you. But if you've got enough money, somehow they can clone you and the family member can kill the clone.
Do they know that they're killing the
clone? Who knows? But they're in the room with them.
They get clones made of themselves, and they're also in the room watching while their clone is being killed. But it does make you think, is it actually just the clone? Is it the original person that's being killed and it's the clone who is kind of taking their place?
Because there are some scenes where we start the scene, we think, oh, this is the person talking. They're just discussing events that have gone on before, and then all of a sudden, bad things happen.
Yeah. So it very much makes you use your noggin.
This is definitely one where if you haven't seen it, you probably shouldn't have watched the last 2 or 3 minutes, because you would have ruined half the film. But if you have seen it, you'll probably, maybe you have theories about it.
To be honest, I don't think, even if I knew all of this going into the movie, I still think I still wouldn't have understood everything anyway, and it would have been all kind of quite, I still would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's weird.
And a lot of it didn't make sense to me.
I think it's weird.
And one thing before I go, the masks are really cool, except for one particular one. Oh God, I shouldn't think about it. That had like holes in the face.
Yeah, it's something to do with the local culture, and they wear these masks or something like that. But it looks like sort of Slipknot have come into town.
Yeah.
And doing sort of a polka with the locals. I don't know.
Yeah, so they were really cool, but that one really, do you know what, that made me feel kind of most ill, because I don't have like full on, you know that, phobia of like holes, like trypophobia or something like that.
Holophobia.
But I don't have it too bad, but some things do set me off, and that. Anyway, yeah, so very, very good movie. Really enjoyed it.
Odd.
It was very good, very enjoyable. So, thumbs up. Yay for the Cronenbergs.
Yeah, for some nudity, and some gore, and for the weirdness and the
the weirdness is good.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're back in the car. In the warmth. It's a bit windy out there. So, next movie is
Knock at the cabin door. Knock at the cabin.
Knock at the cabin.
It's called Knock at the Cabin. It's an M. Night Shyamalan film. So guess the twist, everyone.
I suppose it was marketed as a horror, wasn't it?
The trailer makes you think that it's going to be some horrific stuff happening because of the things that the characters say when they knock at the cabin door. And I think the original novel was called The Cabin at the End of the World or something like that, which is a better title than Knock at the Cabin Door.
I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was very interesting plot, very interesting idea. It stars former wrestler David Batista.
Dave Batista,
who is very good. You know, I think maybe many people kind of write him off perhaps because they think he's just a wrestler and he does like, he's like muscly and he's like action hero type. But I think he's a really good actor.
Well, he's far better than The Rock. Yeah. Because The Rock just plays The Rock, whereas Dave has shown that he can play lots of different roles and he has different sensitivities and he studies acting and he has some thought behind it. Yes. And it's also got Grinty. Rupert Grint in it.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
See what I mean about not remembering things?
Got Grinty in it. Grinty's good.
He was really good. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I want Rupert Grint to do more kind of horror, thriller, kind of like more strange, interesting roles like that.
He should do. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some people turn up at a cabin of a gay couple with their daughter, and they put forward a proposal of what they must do, which is pretty awful.
Yeah.
If we say it's that one of them must voluntarily be killed.
Yeah.
They can't commit suicide.
No.
But one of them must voluntarily be killed by the others.
Yeah.
To stop.
The end.
Spoilers. The end of the world. Spoilers. The end of the world. We should say, basically, somewhere along this thing, that the start of the review, we should put little chapter marks.
Oh yeah.
To say if you haven't seen it at all and you want to go in completely fresh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the end of the world if they don't do this thing.
Yeah. The ending.
Well, that's it, because you're forever used to for M Night to have a twist ending. It's an M Night film. It's going to be a twist. So you do play the M Night game of oh, what's the twist?
Yeah.
So half the time when you're watching it, instead of watching the film and just being ready for whatever comes, you're going, but there's going to be a twist.
Yeah,
so I'm going to spend my time working out what the twist is.
Yeah, and it was because I loved the first. I did love most of the movie. I really enjoyed it, but the ending, I get like you said, because I was thinking about what's the twist. There's always a twist. Maybe
there isn't really a twist.
There isn't.
There isn't a twist.
No, I suppose there isn't. Is there?
There isn't a twist.
No, no.
Sort of. It's not as much of a twist as it should be.
Yeah, but I still, even if I, even if it wasn't kind of a film where I was expecting a twist, the ending was just kind of strange. I thought.
A bit weak. It was alright, but it was fun film.
It was. I really enjoyed it, and I was very impressed with Batista.
Batista's awesome. Yeah. So, like, as another sort of film that Batista is good in, it's good.
Yes.
Is it a really brilliant? It's not. It's kind of horrific because some of the stuff they have to do is horrific. Some of the things that happen are nasty.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like PG nasty.
Yes.
But it's good. It's fun film.
Yeah, I don't know if I would watch it again necessarily.
No, you'll probably forget it and then be able to watch it again.
Yeah. Yes, I probably will watch it again, but it's not one that I would kind of want to keep rewatching.
No,
really. But no, I did enjoy it. I did like it. So
it's sort of
yeah. So it's kind of like
first half, second half.
Yeah, it's kind of like there.
But it's not there.
It's not there.
It's there.
It's definitely not that because it's I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
We are kind of adding on to the video because we recently saw 2 new horror movies. One yesterday, one today. We're going to do yesterday's horror movie first, and that was
Renfield. Starring Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult. Lots of Nicholases. And William Ragsdale from Fright Night and Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So it's a good little cameo of 2 horror icons in there.
I'm really glad
just getting that in there now.
That William Ragsdale. What movie was it that he? I know.
Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, that's
Knock
it.
At the Cabin.
I keep forgetting it. So he was supposed to be in that. And then his little bit that he was in was cut out, and I was very disappointed.
For Ragsdale.
So I was really glad that he had. It was only a little part, but he was cool.
He's in there.
You've got Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield. If you don't know who Renfield is, he is in the book, he is Dracula's servant. Familiar, yeah. So, is he his familiar in the book, in the Bram Stoker book?
I don't know. He's fiendish.
Yeah,
and he does his bidding.
Years since I've read Dracula.
Eat bugs.
Yeah, because the only thing that I remember from the books is that he's like locked up and he's just eating spiders.
He is.
Anyway, sorry, on a tangent there. And yeah, so he plays Dracula's familiar. Oh, and I should say, we're going to be as spoiler-free as possible with this. Fingers crossed. I find it really hard to not just blather on about the details, but I'll try my best. So yes, he is Dracula's familiar, and he is trying to get away from him. And that's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. And, all the ensuing fun happens. I had high expectations going into this, mainly because of the pictures of Nicolas Cage as Dracula. In that, what was he wearing? A red suit or something in those
like
pictures?
A velvet smoking jacket or something.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my, this is going to be brilliant. And you know what? It was. I really, really loved it.
It's good fun. Good kind of mix of action, cop, drama and murder solving cop played by Awkwafina.
Yeah, she was very good in it.
And just sort of horror elements, although it's kind of fun. It's not like, oh my god, I'm sickened.
No. It was a lot bloodier than I thought it was going to be, to be honest. And kind of a lot gorier. But yes, fun. Definitely.
I mean, all you really need to say about it is Nicolas Cage is amazing as Dracula, and if he doesn't come back as Dracula in another film, it will be a crime that will never be able to be recovered from in the world.
He is fantastic in it. I think, like you said, because you said that he is your favourite, well, second favourite. No, favourite
Dracula after Christopher Lee.
Lee. Yeah, and I think same as well for me.
Like, there is nobody who has got close. Like Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I like Gary.
Children of the night, what music the mic? You know,
Yeah,
a bit silly.
yeah, but he was. I love Gary Oldman as Dracula.
But I suppose the thing is that everyone thought that Nick Cage was going to be ridiculous as Dracula, and it is ridiculous. But he's also really mean and nasty.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, like he's definitely camp and over the top, but he can be quite horrible and like
He was quite nasty
when he, you know,
it was fun.
Yeah, it's great fun. Loved his outfits, the costume department, fantastic job. Really enjoyed it.
Definitely
Especially for good old
two-fisted
Nick
Cage Dracula.
We want more. We want more. And the other movie that we have just come back from seeing is Evil Dead Rise. Opening night tonight. It was good fun. I really enjoyed it. But I was a little bit disappointed. I feel like mean saying that.
It's gory. It's kind of got the set of twisted things that have been in Evil Dead films before. Possession, Book of the Dead. They call it something else, but it's Necronomicon Ex Mortis, and that's what it should be called because that's what it is.
I didn't really like the design of it.
No, it's boring.
Do you know what it reminded me of? The Harry Potter. You know
it's
the
got
books.
teeth.
It reminded me of the Harry Potter. You know, the Beast books. Yeah, there was good creepy moments. Maybe not as violent and gory as maybe I would have liked it, but there were some good icky moments.
And without saying too much about it, I'm glad that Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and Rob Tapert are all making lots of money out of it. They deserve it. After all these years, they do deserve to make a lot of money out of Evil Dead. But it wasn't directed by any of them or written by them. It's good. It's fun.
Yeah. Not as good as the 2013
No,
remake.
which is weird. I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah. Overall, it was good fun. I enjoyed it.
It's worth seeing in the cinema. Go see it. Support it.
Yeah.
It's horror.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but
Exactly.
it's not a classic. It definitely isn't a classic.
No. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind if I rewatch it. Sometimes I rewatch a movie and I think, oh, actually, that was really good. But at the minute, I'm like, yeah, it was good, but, you know, I'm not, like, blown away by it. Just thought I would add in a few more thoughts that I kind of had. We filmed it very late that night, so my brain wasn't working properly. Thinking about it some more, yeah, it started off strong. I loved the opening scene, but I just kind of felt like it fell a bit flat halfway through. The characters were okay. I wasn't particularly drawn to most of them. I did think that the mother, Ellie, played by Alyssa Sutherland, she was fantastic. She was probably my favourite character in that movie. I was expecting more from the movie, to be honest, after hearing all the reviews, but overall it was still a great movie. It was still good fun. The special effects were great, and like I said, I appreciated all the blood. One scene in particular was fantastic. So yeah, definitely go and see it, especially if you're a fan of the Evil Dead franchise. Just personally for me, it wasn't, you know, as fantastic as everyone else seems to think it is, and that is okay because we all have different tastes and different opinions. I do think that a big problem, especially for me it seems, is just the overhyping of movies. The same happened with Scream 6. You know, it it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. But again, like, everyone was making it out to be the best thing ever, better than the original, some said, although that was only a few people, admittedly. But yeah, it was like just this kind of like crazy fever, like, oh my god, it's the best movie ever. So maybe that kind of ruined it for me a little bit. And it's the same with this one. Maybe I just need to avoid reviews. Still good fun, but maybe a tad overhyped in my opinion. So it is a thumbs up, but like kind of like, you know, like there. Not a full one. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Do you agree with our opinions? Do you think that those movies were good or bad? Have you seen any of them? Which horror movies are you looking forward to seeing this year? Lots of good ones coming up soon. So anyway, please do the whole liking, subscribing, commenting, all that nonsense. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Dead by dawn, dead by dawn, dead by dawn.